Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again on X. It is at Green_Jericho. Instagram at JG Talk 2. And like and subscribe to this channel you are currently on. So Trump proposes cutting the military budget by half. And not only for us, but for China and Russia as well. I did a video a couple of weeks ago where I showed how much each country, not every country, but like, the top 25 or whatever, what they spend on defense. And we are leaps and bounds and country miles ahead everybody else. We spend over 800 billion a year. I think China's in second place with like 200. Russia's in third place or fourth place with like 100 and something. So even cutting our budget in half, we would still be miles ahead of everybody else, but that's still cutting our budget in half. Now, does Trump want to take that 400 billion? If he achieves this, does he want to take that 400 billion and put it toward the debt? I would hope not. And I've been advocating for at least a couple years now that we should stop defense payments aside from paying military personnel and things of that nature. But as far as bombs and missiles and planes and all this shit, I'd say we take a whole year off and put that whole 800 billion towards something else. But 400 billion, I hope he doesn't put that toward the debt, the national debt, for two reasons. Number one, it's $400 billion. Yeah, by our standards, that's an astronomical amount of money. But compared to the $37 trillion in debt, that's a drop in the bucket. So I would hope that he would take that 400 billion and put it toward infrastructure. We should be living in a society that makes the Jetsons jealous. Now, we don't necessarily need to have shit flying around in the sky, but our airports, subways, things of that nature should be futuristic. Why do we not have a high-speed rail going not only from tip to tip in California? Hey, ladies, it's only the tip. Why don't we have a high-speed rail going tip to tip in California? Why do we not have high-speed rails zigzagging across this entire country? Why are our roads not smooth as a baby's butt? Schools, security, everything, bridges, everything that has to do with infrastructure. I would hope that he would put that 400 billion toward that. I don't think that money is an issue when it comes to our education system. I think our education system is the problem. I think if we didn't put another dime into education, we would be just fine. And when it comes to cities and neighborhoods that are all fucked up and the kids don't have books and computers and heat and all that kind of stuff, well, I think you need to lean on the local government and the local community to fix that shit. Because there's no way in hell I would have my children going to a school like that and be sitting there tapping my foot, looking at my watch, waiting for the federal government to come and make it all better. That's what I think. I think that $400 billion can go to do so much good in this country. And not to say that Trump wouldn't do that. Because Doge and all these other things are all going toward the national debt. I don't want this money to go to that. That money needs to go to us. That money needs to do good in our country. And I've said it before with, one of our $50 billion care packages that we send to Ukraine. We could put security on every single school campus in this country and pay them well. Why not do something like that? There are lots and lots of things that we can do with that extra $400 billion. But to even have, let alone a Republican who always grow the defense budget, who are all pro-military and all that kind of stuff, let alone having a Republican suggest this, but a politician, let alone the president, suggesting we cut our military budget in half, but won't all the bad people in the world come sniffing around to get us if we cut our budget in half? Hell no. We are so far ahead of the rest of the world when it comes to military technology. We will be aight. As long as the soldiers, airmen, and sailors and the Marines get paid, I think everything else can take a year off or at least be cut in half. What do you guys think? This is huge. This is friggin' huge. To cut our military budget in half? what's going to happen to all the people who receive that money from the military budget? I don't think it's going to be our military as far as, soldiers and all that kind of stuff. I don't think that's going to suffer. I don't think we're going to lose men and women serving in the military, but what we are going to lose is the bureaucracy. We're going to shed some pounds. You're going to start finding people whose job really isn't necessary. They're going to start disappearing. Half? That is a lot. You don't want to give up half of anything. Ask any divorced man. You ain't trying to give up half of shit. That's a big deal. I think it's one of the biggest deals in political history. And I hate to say it. I hate to bring it up, but I think I would be remiss if I didn't. Military-industrial complex. They like their money. They like their hundreds of billions of dollars flowing. They like the bullshit contracts. They are fat cats. So what do you think they would do? How do you think they would feel about somebody potentially cutting their slush fund in half? I'll put a link in the description box to what they tried to do to Trump last time they thought he wasn't doing what they thought he was supposed to be doing. Butler, Pennsylvania, anyone? Meet me in the comments. What do you think? Is this something that can happen? Do you think it's as big of a deal as I think it is? Do you think it won't happen? Do you think they're going to try to take another shot at the orange man? Talk to me, Goose. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. I'm out.